What's going on, guys? Bearded Bear 9000 back at it again for another video. Yes, I'm wearing the same shirt. Yes, I'm recording multiple videos at the same time because y'all boys on that grind. So, today we have Watch Mojo here and we are talking about what is it? The top 10 flops right now? Yeah, top 10 movies that bombed in 2024. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's enjoy the video and let's see what the biggest flops of the year are. I can already see this one here, Borderlands. Trash. Trash.
Man. You know you want to.
Welcome to Watch
God damn,
Mojo.
that's loud.
And today we're looking at movies that failed to recoup their investments theatrically in 2024. While box office doesn't always reflect a movie's quality, we can see why some of these bombed big time.
God,
720.
your features were almost
The fuck, Watch Mojo?
so different.
Number 10, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. Despite receiving a prime release date, Furiosa led what turned out to be a slow Memorial Day weekend, grossing just over 30.
Wait, Furiosa was that bad? I actually heard good things about that movie. Anybody go see that? I haven't seen it yet. I haven't watched any of the original Mad Max. So, y'all gonna have to let me know if this was as bad as they're saying it is. I mean, it is number 10, so it's not like it's number 1, but like I keep seeing the cast and like every once in a while I'll see a trailer for it, but it's like the cast is stacked. So I was like, "It really that bad?"
$30 million in 4 days. The film quickly ran out of
Damn.
gas from there, barely making back its $168 million budget, which
Oh my
doesn't count
god.
for advertising and additional costs. Given its critical acclaim, seeing Furiosa flop was disheartening, although not entirely surprising.
No shame in hate. It's one of the great forces of nature.
While Mad Max Fury Road was an instant classic and won several Oscars, people forget
That
it
looks
opened
crazy.
second to Pitch Perfect 2.
An overweight girl dangling from the ceiling.
Yeah, I'm not
Who hasn't
surprised.
had that dream?
When you make a prequel to a film that only did respectable numbers 9 years earlier, you can't expect it to reach such a high break-even ceiling. As such, this sadly may be our last trip to the wasteland.
Crazy.
What if I choose not to choose?
Then you'll never know the truth.
Number 9, The Crow. With so many superhero reboots, Hollywood
Yeah, I've never
was
seen
bound
this.
to revisit The Crow eventually.
Now let me do this.
This looks like a worse Batman already.
The Crow isn't like Batman or Spider-Man, however, where those characters possess broad appeal. The Crow has a smaller cult following, a following that won't accept anyone other than Brandon Lee in the role. Even with a talented actor like Bill Skarsgård, Lee's performance is iconic. Given Lee's tragic death on set, many found the idea of a reboot to be disrespectful.
Someday,
Damn.
I know our souls will find each other again.
This included the original film's director, Alex Proyas, who called the reboot a cynical cash grab.
Yeah, I can already
Cynical,
tell you it doesn't really
yes.
look that
Cash
good,
grab?
even just
Not
watching
exactly,
this
since the
small
film didn't
little
make
clip
back
of it.
half of its $50 million budget.
What are you talking about? It was an overdose. How would you know?
The film's financial failure seemingly vindicated
Yeah, it definitely looks like it's a $50 million movie, just saying.
the argument that nobody wanted this. Number 8, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
If I'm to do this, I'll need my own team. You won't like them. They're all mad.
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare is one of those action movies that people might look back on years later, asking why it didn't perform better upon release. Well, for starters, you
The Silverado ZR2.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Smart head-up display.
didn't go see it. Of course, even if you
I'm
wanted
about to
to,
frickin' use an
this
ad
Guy
blocker.
Ritchie
Are you
film
kidding me?
opened in fewer theaters than some of its competitors.
I have to say, Heron, for all your flaws, you do have a habit of pulling rabbits from hats.
Only making $9 million during its first weekend, the film lost the battle and soon the war. The international box office did little to help recoup its $60 million investment, as the film was a direct-to-streaming release in markets like the United Kingdom.
Hitler's not playing by the rules, so neither are we.
How do you guys feel about the direct streaming releases? I don't know. Like, it's not like I go to theater like the traditional go to the theater, grab the popcorn, grab the soda, watch the movie sort of thing anymore. But like there's still times where I'm going to, right? So, like, for instance, the last, Godzilla Kong movie, I was in that theater, and I had my popcorn, and I had my fucking I was in a nice theater, so I went and I got, chicken wings. I had chicken wings and mozzarella sticks. Shout out, Golden Ticket Cinema. Fuck yeah, dude. That was nice. Seats, not the best, but food was good. So and they had a full bar and everything in there, it's crazy. So, there are times that I still go because like, I think the movie's gonna be worth it. Um, Sonic 3 is probably gonna be one of those times. Wait, is Sonic 3 out? Hold on. Am I tripping? Or am I thinking of Sonic hold on. Sonic 3, 2024 film. No, it is Sonic 3. When does that hit? Oh, yeah, that's the one coming up. Yeah, okay. I was like, "Wait, what the fuck?" Tripped out myself. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, there's definitely still times where I want to go to the theater and I want to get that theater experience. Dragon Ball Superhero, I was in the theater. Um, Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, I was in the theater. I'm trying to think of like more like regular movies. I don't know if there's any like there's not that many like regular movies that I care to like go see anymore. Just because like a lot of them are like they're reboots or they're um sequels. Like there's not that many like oh shit. What is that movie called? Northman. I went and saw Northman. That was good. That was really good. That one had just a limited run release. Um oh, there's that Japanese Godzilla. That was good. What the hell is it called? You guys have to remind me. But like the theater still has its uses. I mean, movies aren't what they used to be by any means. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Going straight to streaming is it just kind of feels like a fucking slap in the face, you know? But I guess if the movie's not that great, then why put it in theaters anyway? So I guess it's kind of a mixed bag.
This will, of course, be an unsanctioned, unauthorized, and unofficial mission.
Ritchie's home country could have given the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare a boost, although the director's name
I heard
alone
about this movie,
isn't
but I never
always
saw it.
enough to sell a movie. Number 7, Horizon, an American Saga, Chapter 1. Kevin Costner left a hit Western show to produce a Western film that ironically plays like the first half of a TV season. Costner's
Yeah,
vision for Horizon was so grand that he insisted it be released on the big screen.
I owed it to him to try, I thought.
I heard about this one too, and I never watched it.
He also felt the story could be told in 1, 2, or 3 films. Costner intends to make 4 Horizon pictures, the first costing $50 million. For
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those things like so in the music industry, you have artists that put out have like fucking 25 songs on there, but only like 10, 12 of those songs are worth a fuck. Just don't put out the whole goddamn album. Pull the shitty ones off that aren't good and then fucking put out the bangers. Okay? Just put out the bangers and then put a couple interludes in there and then you have a full fucking 12, 14, 15 track list. I don't want any more than 15 songs on an album. If you're giving me more than 15 songs, you're doing too fucking much, okay? 'Cause not everybody's gonna put out an album that is banger from front to back. I have I have separate playlists on my Spotify that is my liked songs where I have liked individual songs from an album, and then I have a separate playlist that also has every album that I like to listen to front to back, and I will never skip a single one of those songs because they all hit. So, it goes to show, and it's the same way with movies. Why the fuck are you putting it in 3 parts when you can condense it, edit it, cut it down, and then make it one banger ass movie that sells well, that has good theater presence, and then you make a fuck ton of money on it. And if you wanna do, like, a spin-off movie about other parts of the movie that were never discussed, that's what spin-offs are for. If people garner enough interest in it, you can make another one. But it's just better to go with yeah, it's just better to condense it down and make it a much more well-told story than it is to draw it out, and then you get that Dragon Ball Z Goku versus Frieza shit, where the fucking planet is supposed to blow up in 5 minutes, but it takes 7 hours for the fight to end. Yeah, I might be a Dragon Ball fan, but I know the hypocrisy in that.
For a 3-hour epic that received mixed reviews, the film's ultimate gross of $38.2 million could have been
Damn.
much worse.
I see you. I do, I see you.
Still, we wouldn't call it a win. With 3 more movies supposedly on the horizon, it's hard to imagine
3
this
more?
passion project ever being profitable. That hasn't stopped Costner from investing his own
No,
money
that's
to help with
crazy.
costs.
What you build, they will burn.
So, hold up, let me get this straight. So there's supposed to be 4 more of these? And he's already investing his own money? It's like writing on the fucking wall, "Don't do this." You clearly don't have what the fuck, man? Like, at some point, you just gotta, like you gotta, like, tighten up the tie, and you just gotta realize that, you gotta conclude business because it's not gonna work. End it now before you fucking ruin the bottom line, you know? What the fuck?
Down. The site you chose is not one we can defend. As
Just like
indigenous are well
PlayStation.
aware.
Number
Alright.
6, Madam Web. Sony should know by now that unless their superhero movies prominently feature Spider-Man or at least
Why am I not
Venom,
surprised we're talking about
masses
Sony?
won't be interested.
I'm not sure how I got here. Has to do with Spider-Man, I think.
Failing to learn anything from Morbius,
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Morbius. Morbius was okay. That is one I watched just out of curiosity. Yeah, I could see what people are saying about it. It's just kind of a weird movie with a weird vibe to it. Um, but I can't say that I disliked the movie. I just think it was like it's pretty average. I didn't really feel. I'm not gonna say it's great. I'm not gonna say it's bad either. It's just kind of it's in the middle.
the studio kept trying to make this cinematic universe happen with Madam Web. Whatever hope the film might have had was dashed with one infamous line from the trailer, which Sony didn't even have the courtesy to include in the finished film.
He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
Now this one I never watched, but I did hear that it was bad, and nobody liked it. That was just all the talk was just like this movie.
If you're going to make a bad movie, commit. Regardless, those who showed up wanting to see how bad Madam Web was were disappointed. That's a pretty niche audience, however. It was just enough to push the film past the $100 million global mark, making its budget back, yet still far from the break-even point.
Damn.
So pressing charges. Okay, knock yourself out.
Number 5, Joker Folie à Deux. The Joker sequel.
I will argue this until I'm fucking blue in the face. They should have never made another Joker. Never. The first one was fucking peak cinema. Why the hell would you ruin it by making another one? Why? It's the same thing that when I did my Pixar tier list, go check that out. I argued that for several movies on that list. Why would you make a sequel? Why? Sometimes you just gotta drop the original, take your bag, and then go do something else that is hopefully original. Like, why we what the fuck, man? I just don't understand. I don't understand it. There's very few times where a sequel will do as well as the original, unless people are invested, okay? Couple cases where this happened is the Godzilla movies. The Godzilla movies have grossed more and more and more as they've dropped more and more and more because people are invested. They want to see what's new with the MonsterVerse. Okay, now Japan's doing the same thing with their Godzilla. I can't fucking remember the name of it. I'll get it. But they just released theirs, and then that movie was insanely good, and they've announced a sequel for it, and I know people are gonna go see it, and I know it's gonna gross better than the last one. The fucking first one did 2 theater runs. It was there for, like, a month. Like, you could go for a month. That's how much people liked it, even here in the States. So, there are times when sequels can be good. The Lion King. The Lion King's another one. They made some animated sequels, which all flopped, they were shit. But when they made the live action, it revived it, and the live action was actually good. All they did was retell the same story, but they used CGI for the whole fucking thing, and it was actually a good movie. I enjoyed it. They didn't try to fuck with anything, they didn't try to change nothing. Now, I did see that they are advertising Mufasa, which I do think that is actually probably gonna do well because unless they put a bunch of woke bullshit in it, which I don't know, especially with Disney right now, it's really a just kind of a toss up on the coin. Uh, but I'm really hoping that it is actually good. I would like to actually get invested in that world and learn about Mufasa before he became who he is. That would be sick. I mean, he's an iconic character to that movie. So, yeah, it would be cool. Let's move on.
Sequel was granted a budget as high as $200 million, more than
That's
double its
crazy.
predecessors.
But look around, look at all these
200 million.
everyone outside, these cameras. Who do you think they see, Mr. Puddles?
Joker.
Since the first Joker made over $1 billion, though, Folie à Deux was virtually guaranteed to print money as long as it didn't alienate every demographic. Well, the joke's on Warner Brothers and us because Todd Phillips seemingly went out of his way to piss everybody off.
They don't care as long as there is just a fool.
It's so annoying, man.
Folie à Deux was bizarrely antagonistic towards fans of the first film while doing little to win over the original's detractors. Whether you love or hate musicals, most agree that the genre shift was misguided.
So bad. Just why? So unnecessary.
Some might argue there's a clever commentary underneath, but this sequel left nobody laughing, least of all to the bank, reportedly losing $125 to $200 million. Number 4, Fly Me to the Moon. Apple is a tech company first and a streaming service second. Thus, this
Yeah, so I did see this one in theaters and it was not great. It was not great. It's pretty bad. It's an easy but there was nothing new, nothing groundbreaking about it. Kind of played up on the meme that the moon landing was fake and this and that and the other and um it had the potential to be something better than it was, but it was just kind of like this what would you call it? Cliche love story bullshit between Scarlett Johansson and um um what's his name? Oh Jesus Christ, I fucking You know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, it was not good. But this is what I'm talking about with the movies nowadays is the original concept and creativity has gone away, and they just play it safe. They don't do anything new, they don't do anything creative, it's just play it safe. It's a medium that hasn't grown, and it needs to grow. And I think it's just because, like, the same directors and the same people in Hollywood, they don't wanna change it up. They just wanna keep doing what they fucking always know how to do. That's why they're falling behind. That's why celebrities aren't even becoming proper celebrities anymore. It w We're getting to the point to where there's more people on YouTube and Twitch that I know than actual celebrities in Hollywood. Like, that was never the case before, and granted, things have changed and shifted more toward this type of medium, but it's not for the lack of trying on Hollywood's part. I mean, all you have to do is change up the way you're doing things and make good movies again. Stop capitalizing on existing IPs and make something new, make something fresh, make something unique. Go read a fucking book. There's so many books out there that haven't had an adaptation to the movie scene that could be expanded upon with a twist. As long as you don't do something like The Witcher and you fucking screw up the whole goddamn thing. Alright? Witcher season 1, pretty fucking good. Everything after that, who the fuck cares? Because it was all shit. So, it's like the writing is on the wall, but you're not reading it. The answer's in front of you, but you're not taking it because you're too goddamn stubborn or you're too stupid. Too stupid is probably what it is. I have a lot of criticisms about a lot of different shit. So stay tuned, and who knows? Maybe I'll piss somebody off and I'll drop a Kendrick Lamar level diss track or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm crazy like that. So, you know.
This media giant can afford to produce a few
Mhm.
box office duds.
We can't do it. There is no such technology that even exists.
That said, it wasn't surprising Apple is reportedly
God
reconsidering
damn.
its movie business strategy after 2024. Fly Me to the Moon almost went straight to Apple TV Plus, but promising test screenings led to a theatrical release with Sony joining as a partner.
Should have put him in front of camera sooner.
You wear an Apollo pin.
I do.
With
The
companies
potential of
dividing
this.
marketing and distribution expenses, a
So
$100
sad.
million budget didn't seem like the biggest gamble. The chemistry between Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum
That's
wasn't
what his
enough to
name
make
is.
the film a sleeper hit, however.
So you know a thing or two about NASA.
Yeah, well,
Fuck.
I'm a recent fan.
Debuting at number 5 on the domestic box office chart, the film failed to launch, going on to make just over $40 million.
Yeah, it was not
Number
great.
3, Argyle. Another Apple
That
release,
makes sense.
this time
This I
partnering
don't
with
even know about.
Universal.
I never watched it.
Argyle came with a massive budget of $200 million.
Your new manuscript kicked a hornet's nest you didn't even know existed.
Oh, it's
That's
that
why
girl.
Vision wants you. Once they have you, they're never gonna let you go, or worse. Much, much worse.
The espionage comedies, $80 million.
Straight up, I think she's fucking adorable. Okay? One of my I guess you could call it Hollywood crushes. I do like her. She's fucking gorgeous.
Worse.
The espionage
Continue.
comedies
Nice
$80
shotgun, by
million
the way.
ad campaign was inescapable with clear aspirations to build a franchise. Not enough people cared who
Oh,
the
it's
real
this
Agent
movie.
Argyle was, however.
Why are we here?
Because, Ellie Conway, it's
Damn.
time for you to meet the real Agent Argyle.
On the
That
heels
Mace
of
Windu
negative
looks a little
reviews that criticized
sickly
the
in this
film's
movie.
excessive action, bloated runtime, and needlessly stacked cast, Argyle couldn't make back half of its production budget in the end. Seeing how Apple's net worth is over $3 trillion, some might argue that the company can afford to take a blow like this.
Wanna dance?
Oh man, I thought you'd never ask.
If they're serious about making Argyle
What the fuck?
sequels, prequels, and crossovers, though, Apple will
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Did you see how fucking let's go back just a little bit. Look how bad this fucking CGI was right here. He's some of the worst CG I've ever fucking seen. I've seen better CGI in Berserk anime.
If they're serious about making Argyle
Oh my god. Look, it's a mixed bag for a lot of people, but the best CGI is when you can scarcely tell that it is actually CGI. That's the best CGI. If I was able to pick this out immediately, then you done a terrible fucking job. Okay? This should be so insanely blended into the world that I shouldn't scarcely be able to tell that you didn't use a fucking ramp to make this work rather than editing in this whole fucking scene. Are you kidding me? What the fuck?
sequels, prequels, and crossovers,
So
though,
bad.
will need
This
to
whole
sell a lot
shit
more
is all
iPhones,
bad.
Or, make better movies that
Damn,
cost
man.
less. Number 2, Borderlands.
Oh,
After the
God.
success of Super Mario Brothers, some were quick to say that video game movies would be
Listen. Super Mario Brothers was actually good. It had a lot of controversy going into it because everybody was mad that Pratt to be Mario. They were fucking pissed. But the way that they presented this movie was very, very good. So, granted, Mario is a massive IP, so it was very hard for them to fuck this up. But Chris Pratt did a great job, and they did a good twist on the movie. And my God, we're almost at 30 minutes on this. I did not expect to be talking about this shit for this long. But this is how much, I miss having good movies,
the next big thing in Hollywood. Borderlands was a wake-up call that video game movies
So bad.
can still be huge commercial and critical flops, even with Jack Black voicing a character. Behind the scenes, troubles were evident as director Eli Roth didn't return for reshoots, and co-writer Craig Mazin requested his name be removed after his script was rewritten. As abysmal reviews poured in, fans chose to skip the movie and just play the games.
What are you doing? I needed a gun. So you asked for it, Tannis. Ask.
Ironically, the film's existence helped game sales, according to CEO Strauss Zelnick. Lionsgate was still left with a colossal dud that made only $33 million. Not even a third of its production budget. Game over.
But you're prepared to take that risk. Well, we have no choice. Either we take her, or Atlas does. There is no salvation without sacrifice.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our
Jesus
channel
Christ.
and ring the bell to get notified about our
Hey,
latest
subscribe to
videos.
Watch
You have the
Mojo.
option to be notified
They
for
got some
occasional
killer
videos
fucking
or all of
videos,
them.
man.
If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
All right, let's see it.
Number 1, Megalopolis.
I never
Costs
seen
no
this,
less
so
than $120 million, but Megalopolis is technically an independent film. After fantasizing about this sci-fi epic for over 4 decades, Francis Ford Coppola decided to finance Megalopolis himself.
Oh, I know that girl.
You and I ought to have an understanding.
This girl's from the Fast and Furious.
And you're gonna play by my rules.
The funds largely derived from Coppola's wine business, which he sold in a $650 million deal. In addition to bankrolling the film's budget, Coppola paid for marketing costs after Lionsgate agreed to be its distributor.
You find me cruel, selfish, and unfeeling? I am. I work without caring what happens to either of us. So go back to the club, bear it all, and stock the kind of people that you enjoy.
Fine.
While many were interested in
Damn.
seeing Coppola's passion project come to life, few thought it'd be profitable. They weren't wrong, as Megalopolis made a mere $13.7 million. Coppola seems hopeless that time will
So, side note, there's what the hell's that movie called? 42, I think is what that movie's called. He's a fucking phenomenal movie, by the way. Underrated movie, not talked about enough. They had a pretty good concept to it. And an interesting take on the extinction event that was the dinosaurs. So I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, I do think he's got some good potential in him. He's been in a couple really nice roles. Star Wars 1 was not the best. Definitely he's had better roles than that. But I don't know if that's necessarily on the actors that do participate in these Disney movies. I think it's Disney themselves because they fucking boy, do they have problems. I could make a whole 2-hour-long video ranting about that bullshit, so, let's just not.
Will be kind to Megalopolis. Like Coppola's One from the Heart, though, the film may never shake its reputation as a swing and a miss.
Where are we going?
We're gonna dance. You wanna dance?
Okay.
What box office bomb do you think deserved to do better? Let us know in the comment.
I don't know about deserve to do better, but 2 that could've well, 1 that could have done better is Fly Me to the Moon. They had a really good concept. If they woulda just expanded upon that the correct way, would have done 10 times better. Argyle could have done better if it wasn't just fucking weird. I don't know. Honestly, the only one that I could see Joker, yeah, Joker could have been better, if they just completely threw out the script and they wrote an actual Joker movie, not a Broadway musical. Um, no, besides that, because I know, like, a lot of people didn't like the fact that Lady Gaga was in it for some reason, which Lady Gaga's a good actor. There's a movie with her and, Bradley Coop. Um, it's the name A Star Is Born. Fucking killer movie. I think that actually won an award for that movie, I think. And, no, that movie was amazing. That was a fantastic movie. So I know that Lady Gaga can act, but I just don't think the direction they went with that movie was good. So, yeah, that would be my pick. It'd be Joker and it would be Fly Me to the Moon. Those are both 2 movies that are definitely salvageable. And I'm still surprised about Furiosa. So let me know down in the comments if you made it this far in the video, if Furiosa is as bad as they made it out to be in this. So, do all the stuff, like, subscribe, comment, and oh my God, we hit the 30-minute mark on this video. That's crazy. Again, peace and love. Hope y'all have a fantastic, wonderful, beautiful, yeah, bye.